Josh, when you say assault weapon, what exactly do you mean?
Well, these are weapons of war. There was an assault weapons ban that was in place in the 90s that lapsed during the term of the previous president. And the president believes that that ban on assault weapons should be reinstated.
The AR-15 is a pretty popular weapon, and it was tweaked in response to the assault weapons ban. So conceivably, with that ban, this gun would still be out there. So, I guess maybe to follow up on some of the other questions about whether you think this gun should be legal, and what types of features would the president want banned in an assault weapons ban?
The president feels strongly that I will acknowledge that the technology behind some of these firearms and the way that they comport with certain aspects of certain pieces of legislation is complicated. I'm certainly not an expert in them. But there had previously been an assault weapons ban in place that took weapons of war off our streets. Certainly did not allow an individual to walk into a gun store and walk out that same day with a weapon of war, with a weapon that belongs in the battlefield. And the president strongly supports legislation that would do that. I know that there are Democrats in both houses of Congress that have put forward legislation that would do that. And the president believes that the Congress should pass it. And I think the Congress would succeed in passing it if it weren't for Republicans who are blocking it.
Every time the president talks about this type of thing, the assault weapons ban, about gun restrictions, it just increases sales of those types of weapons because people are worried that they're not going to be available. Is that something that he's cognizant of, that you're cognizant of, especially since this conversation today has also talked about the way the White House uses terminology about terrorism can affect the way people feel about it? Is that sort of same thought process happening with the way you talk about guns?
Yeah. Well, I think what we try to do, Sarah, is we try to be as specific and precise as possible about the goals of our policy priorities. And the president's goals are to reduce gun violence. And the president believes that our communities would be safer, our streets would be safer, if there were a range of common sense steps, including reinstituting the assault weapons ban, put in place and passed by Congress. But they're not right now because Republicans have been preventing it.
But how does demonizing the most popular gun help create that consensus?
Well, again, I don't know that I'm demonizing it, and I'm not sure that it's the most popular gun, but Chris.